use your God power to get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. In another part of this video, not included in these video segments, is Gordon Allen's story. Gordon Allen recites a common theme that he remembers being in the wheelchair and being wheeled into some room. From that moment until he pops out of his body, he has no memory. This is a significant point in our timeline. While he is passed out under anesthesia or otherwise unconscious, he has no memories. This is exactly appropriate in the same way as a person without eyes isn't supposed to be seeing anything. A person who is unconscious isn't supposed to be remembering anything. This is because our reality is closely tied to the perceived condition of the body. Whatever limitations it is supposed to have are supposed to be reflected in our reality. However, once he pops out of his body, in an out-of-body experience, the limitations of the body no longer apply, since it is clear that he is no longer in it. At this point, whatever limitations that were imposed, expected, and experienced while in the body are no longer in effect. This means that his consciousness was no longer under anesthesia. In other words, since our physical experience is governed by our beliefs, and since he believed that while he was under the anesthesia, he was unconscious, he was. However, since he had popped out of his body, it follows that his condition was no longer tied to the state of the body. He could now see, hear, think, remember, and experience his surroundings with perfect awareness.
For best results, pause this video at this point here, and watch the video example mentioned in the segment. The links are located in the book chapter, and at the end of the book. If you are watching this online, you will find the link for this video example listed in the notes section. Then, after watching the associated video example, continue watching this video from here.
It is important to note that there is only a slight alteration in his reality, only as it applies to his body, but he is still experiencing the rest of the effects and limitations of his immersed state of being. That is to say that at this point, he is still thinking and recalling his own personal experiences and memories from his own physical life experience and nothing more outside of that. Video example: The Day I Died, Vicky Nortuck's story. What is this video about? This video example is also from the very well done BBC documentary on near-death experiences mentioned above. This case is about Vicky Nortuck. Her story is told in this video excerpt. I have also included the story and experience as she tells it in her own words below. This video segment also includes some skeptical opinions. While I respect their right to have their own viewpoints or reality, I find it hard to refute visual descriptions, quote-unquote, given by an otherwise blind person who has never seen before.
For best results, pause this video at this point here, and watch the video example mentioned in the segment. The links are located in the book chapter, and at the end of the book. If you are watching this online, you will find the link for this video example listed in the notes section. Then, after watching the associated video example, continue watching this video from here.
Vicky Nortuck, blind from birth, was in a severe car crash in January of 1973. After experiencing the same popping out of the body experience as other NDEers have reported and experienced, she had a weird and scary sensation. She could see. She saw her own body from a distance as she hovered at the ceiling above her bed. She had never perceived things at a distance because she had to touch them. Even in her dreams, she only had experiences of taste, sound, and touch and had no visual impressions at all. Once again, this example shows us that the true functioning and consciousness reside outside the body. While she still perceived herself in her body, she was unable to see. This was perfectly appropriate because if your eyes don't work, you are not supposed to see. However, we know that we are only limited because we think we are. If there are people who can see with their fingertips and their earlobes, she could see despite the condition of her eyes. This is proved when she pops out of her body and begins to see. Now the body's condition relative to her eyes no longer pertains. She could now see because there was no longer a justifiable reason that she could not. This proved that seeing was coming from her energy form. And it proved that her eyes and brain were never the source of sight anyway. She is still blind now that she is back in her body, even though she has irrefutable proof that she has the ability to see despite the condition of her body.
Options. Now activating the next video, play options. 1 moment please. Click on the green arrow to start watching the next video. Or, click on the red arrow to start watching the prior video. Or, click on the tan arrow to go to the main course menu and guide, with links to all course chapters, excerpts, and special reports. Up next, special video options. Click on your choice of course videos, menus, and excerpts. Now switching to the special video options menu and activating the video selection buttons. Click on your selection number to start watching the video. "15 seconds till we switch to the next page with the free download information. Pause the video now if you need more time to review the available selections." This is the end of this course video. Its video number is listed above. To watch the next video, simply click on the next video in number sequence. Thank you.